they talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. It's all respect over here, and if, he do decide to come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight,
The boxing champion has started training extremely hard in preparation for the bout, and Terence Crawford is prepared for Canelo Alvarez. He has just given Canelo the most tacit but revolutionary warning, saying that he will not be accepting any matches until September. Before the match, a number of boxing experts pointed to Crawford's weight class as his primary weakness. However, the world super welterweight champion recently revealed a startling revelation that will start to send shockwaves. Through his battle, down Canelo has shown the world that he is heavier than most people realize. Ahead of his eagerly awaited bout with Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, who is known for his accuracy and technical brilliance, shocked the boxing world by disclosing a weight that was far higher than anticipated.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'll be a well-fought.
Recently, the undisputed champion in 2 divisions revealed on social media that he presently weighs 186 pounds. This information has generated a lot of conversation among boxing enthusiasts. In September, Crawford will take on Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight 168 pounds. Has proven to be incredibly versatile, winning world titles in lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight divisions. However, he faces an unprecedented challenge in his career, as he moves up 2 weight classes to take on a powerhouse like Canelo. Reactions to his revelation of his current weight have been conflicting. According to some analysts, the weight gain is a calculated move to equal Canelo's athletic prowess. Others wonder if it would jeopardize Crawford's defining qualities of speed and agility, which have been crucial to his success in spite of the controversy. In a social media video, Crawford maintained his confidence and said, "What's up, y'all? I'm looking forward to being undisputed in September. Let's get it. It's work time as Crawford prepares for a showdown with Canelo." The Mexican superstar is scheduled to face William Skull in May.
He went up and lost. So let's not do that.
If Canelo defeats Skull, he will once again unify all 4 titles in the division, paving the way for an undisputed clash against Crawford. Skull holds the International Boxing Federation super middleweight title, the final piece of the undisputed puzzle that Canelo lost in July after refusing to face him. A showdown between Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, who have both dominated their respective divisions and are now on a collision course to determine who the true pound-for-pound king is, would be one of the most anticipated bouts in modern boxing history. It would pit 2 of the sport's best pound-for-pound fighters against one another for supremacy.
Both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that
Additionally, experts, who had previously ignored Terence Crawford's weight revelation, have now given him additional support in an effort to combat hype. Although many believe that the weight bump could be too much for Bud, Bader BF shared his thoughts on Crawford's prospects of defeating Canelo in their matchup. The Russian brands at a 50-50s fight. "I'm not a huge boxing fan, but I will watch this fight because I have a favorite of theirs. But we'll see. It's an interesting fight." BBV has praised Crawford as the world's best fighter, pound for pound, so many people will assume he is the mentioned favorite.
About another fight that's being reported to happen between Canelo and Terence Crawford. What do you think of that fight?
I'm not a real fan of boxing, but this fight
It is no secret that facing Canelo will be the biggest test of the 37-year-old's impressive career, which has seen him claim the undisputed championship at super lightweight and welterweight. Canelo captured all 4 titles at super middleweight with that victory against Plant in 2021, and went on to make 4 defenses of his crown, including victories over Gennady Golovkin and Gel Charlo. Crawford, who has been victorious in all 41 of his professional outings, became a 4-weight world champion last August when he defeated WBA light middleweight champion Israel Madov, though his performance didn't seem to impress as much as his previous efforts.
I'm going to set the trap. He's going to want to counter me, and so I'm going to counter his counter. I don't want to.
His International Boxing Federation title was taken away from him last summer when he decided to fight Edgar Berlanga rather than William Skull, who was the mandatory challenger at the time. He will have the opportunity to regain the title when he fights Skull, and May before the Crawford fight. As for BBV, he rematches a former Canelo foe and Dimitri Bivol later this month. Jiren Ennis long sought a fight with Terence Crawford, but now has to watch his opponent take on Canelo Alvarez. Ennis is a gifted athlete who now holds the welterweight title in the International Boxing Federation. He matured after Crawford defeated Errol Spence in July 2023 to become the undisputed champion at 147.
It's a good fight, 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see, so it's a good fight.
It appears that Bud has permanently vacated the welterweight division after his most recent bout, in which he defeated Israel Madrimov for the world title at 154 pounds. Speaking to YSM Sports Media, Crawford had long aimed to go up a weight class to face Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, and this past week that fight was confirmed for September. It's a terrific fight, a 50-50 contest, and I suppose it's one that everyone wants to see. Ennis is unable to declare a winner in the bout, and gives Crawford the same opportunity as Canelo to raise his hand.
Difficult is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds.
You said how difficult it is?
Yeah.
He was then asked about the challenge Crawford faces by jumping up and waiting. He said, "It's going to be a little difficult. He's going to have to put on an extra 14 pounds so he could be slower. You've got to add more weight and gain more muscle, so it's harder, but we'll see on fight night." After explaining that it would be a difficult night for Bud, he finally provided a strategy for Canelo's path to victory.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you have to put on like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster, I don't know.
Canelo will have to intimidate the smaller man. Don't let him dictate anything. Show him that's your weight class. I get the impression that he will be pressing everything behind the stick, catching him attempting to pull out, draw back, cut the ring off, and other such actions. Crawford, who has won titles as low as lightweight and 135 pounds, has disclosed that he is currently much beyond the 168-pound super middleweight limit and is actually 186 pounds. Former welterweight champion Keith Thurman acknowledged Canelo's supremacy but provided a more impartial viewpoint. Crawford's chances were not disregarded by Thurman.
Possible for my boy Crawford, but it's one of those things where he really wants to win against Canelo.
Canelo is a master at cutting off the ring and landing big body blows, but he can also be slow at times, and Crawford's pace and footwork could cause him problems. Thurman claimed that when he questioned Crawford's capacity to compete at super middleweight, Jiren Ennis, a rising star in the welterweight division, dropped a bombshell. Despite his incredible fighting skills, Crawford is not built for 168 pounds. Canelo is said to be too large, too strong, and too experienced for that weight.
You're going to need to run uphill. You're going to need to train in high altitude. You're going to need to do every little thing that gives you that,
a top-tier trainer Teddy Atlas, who is renowned for his analytical approach, and Freddie Roach both shared their insights on their websites, showed doubt in Crawford's prospects. Although Crawford is one of the best fighters I've ever seen, Canelo is the favorite because of his physique and expertise at this weight class. Crawford has a difficult task ahead of him to advance 2 levels and win, Atlas stated Freddie Roach, but he presented a more positive perspective. Crawford has unmatched fighting intelligence and versatility. If anyone can defeat Canelo at 168, it will be him, but he will require flawless execution and a flawless strategy. A Roach was observed.
He hasn't been back yet, Spence. He may have psychologically, physically ruled him, but he has done everything asked of him, and he's done it.
For Crawford, a victory would confirm his reputation as a 3-division champion, and for Canelo, it would further solidify his status as one of the greatest boxers of his generation. Undisputed champion and possibly the greatest fighter of all time in terms of strength, as the countdown before the fight starts. Both fighters are anticipated to go through intense training camps, since the battle is about more than just titles. It's about defining careers and leaving their names in boxing history.
In a superb way. It's not that he's just won. I look at how people win. How versatile are they? How mentally together are they? What happens when they're tested? What happens when they have to make an adjustment? I look at all those things. What happens?
Terence Crawford, who last competed in August 2024, may choose to take a tune-up fight to get used to the higher weight class. The Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence Crawford fight is more than just a boxing match. It's a spectacle that will captivate fans all over the world. Canelo is expected to face International Boxing Federation champion William Skull in May with the goal of regaining the undisputed super middleweight crown before his showdown with Crawford.
When they can't depend on power, what else do they have to depend on? I look at everything, their technique, their defense, their offense.
As Kezin Davis prepares for the biggest fight of his career, all eyes will be on the rising lightweight prospect as he takes on Ukrainian Denis Binik for the World Boxing Organization lightweight title on February 14th. Although experts are split on the outcome, one thing is certain: this fight will go down in boxing history as a turning point.